Hello everyone and welcome back to another lesson. Today we are covering one of the most fundamental and most important rules in all of English grammar. And when I say fundamental, I mean this is the rule that affects every single sentence you will ever speak or write in English.
Yes, and that rule is subject-verb agreement. It sounds simple at first. The verb must match the subject. Singular subject, singular verb. Plural subject, plural verb. But the deeper you go, the more situations arise where learners are genuinely unsure which form to use.
And that uncertainty is exactly what today is going to fix. We have 15 clear rules for you today. Each one explained simply with examples, common mistakes, and memory tips so they stick in your brain long after this episode ends.
By the end of today, you will have a complete picture of subject-verb agreement that covers every common situation you will encounter. Let us get into it.
Rule number 1. Singular subjects take singular verbs. Plural subjects take plural verbs.
This is the foundation rule. Everything else builds on it. A singular subject is one person, one thing, one idea. A plural subject is more than one.
So, the cat sits by the window. Cat is singular, so the verb sits has an S. The cats sit by the window. Cats is plural, so the verb sit has no S.
The simple present tense is where this rule shows up most clearly. For he, she, it, and all singular subjects, the verb gets S or ES. For I, you, we, they, and all plural subjects, the verb stays in its base form.
Mistake to avoid. Forgetting the S for singular subjects. She go to work every day is wrong. She goes to work every day is correct. That one small S matters every single time.
Rule number 2. Subjects joined by and take a plural verb.
When two or more subjects are connected by the word and, they form a plural subject together and need a plural verb. Tom and Mary are coming to the party, not Tom and Mary is coming to the party.
The dog and the cat are sleeping. Coffee and tea are served in the morning. My sister and my brother live in the same city. All of these have two subjects joined by and, so the verb is plural.
Mistake to avoid. Using a singular verb when there are two subjects joined by and. My mother and my father is at home is wrong. My mother and my father are at home is correct.
Exception to remember. Sometimes two things joined by and are thought of as a single unit. Bread and butter is a classic example. If you are talking about the combination as one thing, a singular verb can be used. Bread and butter is my favorite breakfast. But this exception is rare and mostly applies to fixed combinations.
Rule number 3. Subjects joined by or nor take a verb that agrees with the nearest subject.
When or nor connects two subjects, the verb agrees with the subject closest to it. This is called the proximity rule.
So the sentence either the students or the teacher is going to present is correct because teacher is singular and is right next to the verb. Either the teacher or the students are going to present is also correct because students is plural and closest to the verb.
Mistake to avoid. Always making the verb plural when you see or nor. The verb follows the nearest subject. Either my sister or my brothers are coming. Brothers is closest and plural, so are is correct. Either my brothers or my sister is coming. Sister is closest and singular, so is correct.
Rule number 4. Indefinite pronouns like everyone, someone, nobody take singular verbs.
These words are called indefinite pronouns. Everyone, someone, anyone, no one, nobody, everybody, somebody, anybody, everything, something, nothing, anything. All of these are singular in English, even though some of them seem to refer to many people.
So, everyone is welcome here, not everyone are welcome. Someone has left their bag, not someone have left. Nobody knows the answer, not nobody know the answer.
This is one of the most common mistakes learners make, because everybody seems like it refers to many people, but in English grammar, everybody is treated as singular. Every single one of those indefinite pronouns takes a singular verb.
Mistake to avoid. Using plural verbs with everyone, someone, nobody, and similar words. Everyone are happy is wrong. Everyone is happy is correct. Nobody were there is wrong. Nobody was there is correct.
Rule number 5. Collective nouns take singular verbs when the group acts as one unit.
Collective nouns are words that describe a group as a single thing. Team, committee, family, group, staff, audience, class, government, jury.
When the group is acting together as one unit, use a singular verb. The team is playing well today. The committee has made its decision. The audience was completely silent. The family is planning a trip.
In American English, collective nouns almost always take singular verbs. In British English, they can sometimes take plural verbs when the focus is on the individuals within the group. The team are wearing their new jerseys. But for most learners, using singular with collective nouns is the safest and clearest choice.
Mistake to avoid: using plural verbs with collective nouns automatically. The committee are divided on the issue is possible in British English, but the committee is divided is more universally understood and accepted.
Rule number 6. Subjects separated from the verb by a phrase still agree with the main subject.
This is one of the trickiest rules for learners, because a long phrase between the subject and the verb can make you forget what the real subject is.
For example, the box of chocolates is on the table. Box is the subject. Of chocolates is just a describing phrase. Box is singular, so is correct. The boxes of chocolate are on the table. Boxes is plural, so are is correct.
Another example: the quality of these products is very high. Quality is the subject, not products. Quality is singular, so is correct.
The trick is to mentally remove the phrase between the subject and the verb and then check if the subject and verb agree. The list is long. Yes, that works.
Rule number 7. Sentences beginning with there is and there are follow the rule of the noun that comes after.
When a sentence starts with there is or there are, the real subject comes after the verb, so the verb agrees with that noun, not with there.
There is a book on the table. Book is singular, so there is. There are 3 books on the table. Books is plural, so there are.
There is one problem I need to discuss. Problem is singular. There are many problems we need to discuss. Problems is plural.
Mistake to avoid: always using there is regardless of what follows. There is many people outside is wrong. There are many people outside is correct because people is plural.
Rule number 8. Titles of books, films, and works of art take singular verbs even if they look plural.
When you refer to a title as a complete work, it is treated as singular regardless of how the title sounds. The Hunger Games is a very popular book series. Even though Hunger Games sounds like a plural, it is one title, one work. Romeo and Juliet is one of Shakespeare's greatest plays. 2 names, but 1 play, so is.
The news is on at 7. Even though news ends in S and seems plural, it is always treated as singular in English. The news is, not the news are.
Mistake to avoid: making titles plural because they end in S or contain multiple words. Physics is a challenging subject. Mathematics is not easy. Economics is fascinating. All of these end in S, but they are singular subjects referring to one field of study.
Rule number 10. Amounts of money, distances, and periods of time take singular verbs.
Even though these expressions often use plural numbers, they are treated as one single amount and take a singular verb.
$500 is a lot of money. 10 miles is not a short walk. 3 weeks is a long time to wait. 2 years was enough time to learn the basics.
The thinking is that you are treating the whole amount as one single unit. $500 is one amount of money. 3 weeks is one period of time.
Mistake to avoid: using plural verbs with amounts. $500 are too much is wrong. $500 is too much is correct.
Make a plural verb with amounts. $500 are too much is wrong. $500 is too much is correct. Mistake to avoid: always using a singular or always using a plural verb with percentages and fractions. Look at the noun they refer to. That noun tells you which verb to use.
Rule number 11. Neither and either as subjects take singular verbs. His greatest achievement was his 3 gold medals. Achievement is singular, so was. His 3 gold medals were his greatest achievement. Medals is plural, so were.
Mistake to avoid: letting the complement confuse the verb choice. Always find the real subject first. The verb follows the subject, marry. Rule number 14. Expressions like as well as, along with, together with, Do not change a singular subject to plural. These expressions are different from and. When you join a subject to extra information using as well as, along with, together with, in addition to, or together with, the subject remains singular if it was singular. The manager, along with his team, is attending the conference. Manager is still the main subject and it is singular. Along with his team is extra information in parenthetical form, so is correct, not are. The president, as well as his advisors, has agreed to the terms. President is the main subject. Has is correct. Mistake to avoid. Treating as well as the same as and. She, as well as her colleagues, are working late is wrong if she is the main subject. She, as well as her colleagues, is working late is correct. Rule number 15. Some nouns look plural but are always singular. Other nouns look singular but are always plural. Some nouns end in s but always take singular verbs. We already mentioned mathematics, physics, economics, and news. Add to that list politics, ethics, gymnastics, statistics, and athletics. All of these look plural because of the s, but always take singular verbs. Politics is a complicated subject. Statistics is more useful than I expected. The ethics of this decision is being questioned. Gymnastics is a demanding sport. And on the other side, some nouns are always plural and always take plural verbs, even though they refer to one object. Scissors are on the desk. Trousers are in the wardrobe. Glasses are on the table. These are always plural because they refer to things that have two parts. Mistake to avoid. Saying the scissors is or the trousers is. These nouns are always plural. The scissors are on the counter. The trousers are too tight. The glasses are broken. Always plural verbs. And a pair of scissors is singular because pair is the subject. A pair of trousers is needed. Pair is singular, so is. But scissors on their own are always plural. Now, let us take a step back and look at the 15 rules together, because having the full picture makes everything clearer. Rules 1 through 3 cover the basics. Singular and plural agreement, subjects joined by and taking plural verbs, and subjects joined by or nor following the closest subject. Rules 4 through 6 cover the trickier situations. Indefinite pronouns always being singular, collective nouns being singular when acting as a unit, and phrases between subject and verb not changing the agreement. Rules 7 through 9 cover special structures. There is and there are following the noun after them, titles and subject areas being singular, and amounts being treated as singular units. Rules 10 through 12 cover fractions, neither and either, and relative pronouns following their antecedents. Rules 13 through 15 cover complements not affecting the subject, expressions like as well as and along with, not making singular subjects plural, and the special nouns that always take singular or always take plural verbs regardless of how they look. 15 rules. All of them important. All of them used in real English every day, and now you understand every single one of them.
Take these rules with you into your English practice today. Notice them in what you read. Use them carefully in what you write and speak, and watch your grammar accuracy improve steadily and visibly over the coming weeks.
Every rule you master is another layer of confidence in your English, and you're already building that confidence by showing up to learn today. That commitment to your own growth is something to be genuinely proud of.
Mary, thank you so much for watching English Learner Classes. We truly appreciate every single one of you who joins us and works hard on your English every day.
Don't forget to subscribe to English Learner Classes for more easy and practical English lessons just like this one. Keep learning, keep improving, and we'll see you in the next lesson.